Do you know what is the emotion that stays the least in the brain? Trivia question.
That is what, sorry?
What is the emotion that stays the least in our brain? That sleeps like Teflon?
Happiness.
Happiness and gratitude, especially gratitude. It sleeps like Teflon, while fear sticks like Velcro. And this is neuroscience. This is nothing more than that. So before we continue, I would really like for you to think of one thing that you are grateful for. Not two, one thing. Let it come to mind, and look at my language. It's not think about it, let it come to mind, because we're going to look a little bit about the brain, and it's different when I go to the memory than when the memory comes to me. Okay, it's a different mechanism. So I'd love for you to relax, breathe in, and let it come to you. One thing that you are grateful for. And hold it. Do you have it? Yes? Well, once again, because the brain is unable to hold gratitude and happiness very much, we need to be intentional about it. So the ideal is to be able to wake up every morning and to say what I'm grateful for. That relaxes what is called the limbic system, the emotional brain, and allows us to start thinking differently. And so we said 1, 2, 3. 1 minute in the morning, how I am grateful for, what my intention for this morning. 2 minutes at lunch, it's not much. 2 minutes at lunch, how was my morning? I'm not analyzing my whole life. It's only 2 minutes, just the morning. And to see if I was still connected to that intention in the morning. And usually I totally forgot. And 3 minutes at night. And again, what I was grateful for today. And to stay with it. And something didn't go wrong, it didn't go well, just to put it on the side. And I said to be Mexican. Mañana. Tomorrow. We look at that later. So this is a good exercise about the brain. So this is just as an introduction and a little bit of element for you. I'm Carlos. I'm married to Rosemary. And I'm originally from Argentina. And I moved from Argentina to Australia in 1986. And when I came to Australia, I felt so welcomed, and I felt that I lived all my life in the exile, and I came home. So everybody who's Australian, I'd like to say thank you. And I did medicine in Argentina and psychiatry, and later on my passion, when I moved here, my passion was, it's always relationships. And the passion was into neuroscience, as I mentioned before. Now, instead of me talking more about me, is there anything you like to know about me? So I answer you, and then I go a little bit more about the journey, about the book. Anything you like to know about me?
Where did you grow up in Argentina?
In Argentina. I was born in Buenos Aires. I grew up in Cordoba, in the middle of Argentina. I studied medicine there, and then I moved to Buenos Aires again, from where I came to Australia.
Carlos, what got you interested in psychiatry? You were doing medicine.
I was doing medicine, and my first degree was surgery.
Ah.
So I was doing surgery, and I don't know after how many appendix I did. I worked with my professor, and I said to the professor, what about if we cut here instead of here? He said, no. But what about, so I continued challenging the professor, how to do it better? And he said, no, can you shut up and do how it has to be? Oh. And I said to him, when can I do a stomach? His specialty was the stomach and gallbladders and all of that. I said, after 5 million appendix, meaning long time.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm dangerous. Yeah. But meanwhile, it was the time of the military in Argentina, and this was in my practice. But when I finished medicine, I became a doctor in the military service, in the military hospital in the time of the missing people. So the things I saw were not very nice. And then I became more interested in philosophy. So I enrolled in philosophy, studied philosophy, and the movement from medicine to philosophy, going to psychiatry, was the common thread. So this is what, and since then, what captured me was I was studying philosophy, and every philosophy I learned, I saw, this is fantastic. This person has it. And then it weakens. I said, oh, something missing. And one day I was in a conference, and it was a music therapy. I'm not a musician. Rosie can tell you how I sing, terrible. But I don't know why I was in this music therapy conference. And one person there was talking about a man who was called Jacob Divine Moreno. And he said, Moreno, the creator of psychodrama, I don't know if you have heard the word psychodrama, he created psychodrama. He said that his passion was not you or me, but what was happening between us. And he worked with Murwillinghbah. Now he wrote I and Thou, they worked together. And when I heard that truth is not in you, it's not in me, but it's in the in-between, I was fascinated by that. That stupid thing, so simple. And from then on, I was captured by that. And still now, when I work with people, I specialize in relationships. And they said, oh, this is me, this is you. I said, no, it's not you, it's not me, it's us. And I had to discover what happened in the middle of us, in between is the word, is what captured me. I don't know if I answer your question.
You did. Thank you.
Yes.
So have you become clearer of what it is that's between?
Well, what is between is very interesting, because what is in between doesn't really exist. It's created all the time.
Yeah.
It exists in the moment, but it's not there anymore. So this possibility that we are constant creators of our reality, it makes us responsible for that. And that helps us to build and to grow. And Muwillinghbah, especially him, said that the more important relationship in life is what is called I and Thou, me and you. That we are different. And in that difference we meet and we encounter different way of thinking, different cultures, different political position, but in this dynamic we encounter each other. But living like that is very hard. Therefore, we move to relationships that is I. And I only connect, there's a lot of things, it's in the book. We connect with people who are like me. It's easier, much easier, but there is no growth. So I meet people that are like me. And this is sometimes happening in marriages. I meet somebody who is like me. And then the other person occurs to change. For the goodness sake. And then it becomes complicated. And this is why I and Thou is also become difficult. But we see the I and Thou especially in ideology and religion and politics. So in that area is I. People think the same thing, but it's no growth. But even I is difficult. So they go to a relationship that is called I-it. And start treating other people like a thing. Like a thing. And in that sense that they personalize. And if I've been treated like an it, I don't know how to treat others differently. So I create a relationship that is it. And we treat each other, it like shit. You know? In real, literally, like an excrement. I don't take it lightly, is true. So what is my passion? Can I learn personally to have the I am thou? Hard work, but beautiful. So this is my passion.
Nice.
This is my passion.
Acceptance, big part of that.
Acceptance.
Yeah.
The problem with acceptance is that I need to know what I need to accept. And we live in a delusion. So something about the brain too. I tell you, would you like to hear about the brain a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah? Okay. When I feel happy and I'm aligned with my life, I'm aligned with things that flows with me, and I feel okay, and I feel uncertainty, and I feel in the familiar, that information goes to what's called the reptilian part of the brain stem, and makes me feel okay. Even people with heart problem, with diabetes or whatever, are okay. Because I feel okay. The soul is okay, it's at peace. This information also goes to the frontal lobe of the brain, that is the executive brain. Everything we do is controlled by the executive brain, the frontal lobe of the brain. And that information goes there and says, I'm okay. But it's not okay. It's an okayness. In Hebrew, there is a word that is called shalom. Shalom or salem in Arabic, and I don't speak Hebrew or Arabic, just for you to know. So I'm not showing off here. I just know the word. The word doesn't mean salem doesn't mean peace. It means at peace. So when somebody said to you, how are you? I said, I'm okay. But I heard that you have a diagnosis of cancer. Yes, but I'm okay. I heard that you lost your job. Yes, but I am okay. It's a level of okayness that we can nurture, that we can create into that. So, but to be able to do that, I first need to be conscious of, to notice what I feel, and to name it. And this is the essence of feelings aloud. How I allow first myself to notice and feel and name where I am. And after that, I'm able to face the situation differently. But when the brain is under pressure, under fear, and fear is the quicker emotion in the brain. I mentioned to you before that gratitude and happiness is the one that sleeps the most. Fear is the one that sticks. So when I am in fear and I feel a sense of failure, the brain cannot tolerate failure. Uncertainty, I need to be certain, and I need to be in the familiar. So when one of these is faulty, that information goes to the brain stem, the reptilian brain, and this is the origin of what? Psychosomatic disorders. Even people, the other one we say, the person with diabetes or heart problems, is okay if the soul is okay. The other one is the opposite. Even if my body is healthy, when the soul is like this, my body starts aching. And it's the origin of psychosomatic disorders. And increases also to immune systems. And this is the idea. But the more important thing is that this information also goes to the frontal lobe of the brain. And the brain cannot handle uncertainty, cannot handle failure and uncertainty. Again, this is science, okay? This is not like airy-fairy thinking. This is scientific truth, or truth so far.
Yes.
Because it's evolving all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? So, when the brain receives that information of failure or uncertainty, it blocks it, like this, automatically. In 12 milliseconds, it stops it and creates a story. And creates the narrative that I live by. Is the narrative that holds me. Is what? My truth. Gazzaniga, when a neuroscientist, and Berto, another neuroscientist, calls that a sense of knowing. I know it. So what is the biggest conflict in life? Is I know that I'm right, and you are wrong. When in reality, when I'm talking to you, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to a picture I have of you. You're not talking to me. You're talking a picture of this South American psychiatrist, whatever. It's a picture. And we hate. We don't know. It's not that we hate. We don't know how to doubt. And the biggest element for wisdom is to be able to pause and to doubt. And the doubt is very scary. So the essence of doubt is to move from doubt to what? To wonder. No certainty.
Moving on. Yeah.
To go to wonder. What is this?
Curiosity.
And then curiosity. Curiosity. And then we start learning. So one of the more difficult things, if I'm having a discussion, and of course, Rosemary is always right. If we have a discussion with anybody, we are dealing with my certainty and the other person's certainty. And because the cortisol and we are the energy is so high, it's very hard to pause and to doubt and to wonder. And instead of saying, this is what is happening, how many times we say, wow, I wonder what is that for you? Very hard to do that. So the idea of feelings aloud is to learn how to identify this moment. There is a moment of power that only through doubt and wonder I'm able to see myself and grow. The other problem is that in the same way I cannot see my face and I need a mirror, I cannot see my feelings and my behaviors. I can't. Because I created that story, and that story, sense of knowing, is an illusion. We live an illusion. There is neuroscience called Antonio Damasio. He has a metaphor that I love it. He said that our mind is like an orchestra that is playing the whole time. From this orchestra that is playing the whole time, one musician comes up and becomes the conductor and start conducting the orchestra, believing that he's conducting the opera, not knowing that he or she has emerged from it. Can you see that? So for us to see how to see ourselves from another angle is very hard. This is why it's my passion. And in neurosciences, we created, I say we because I work with a team, and now my daughter, Melanie, a method that is called the play of life. So the play of life, instead of asking somebody, how are you, tell me more, we say, show me. Show me. And you can go into the website and put playoflife.com and you will have all of that. And in that way, instead of going to me, this is what I know, I go to wonder. And I discover, most of the time, an angle of myself, like me going to the mirror and discovering something that I didn't see before. And how to accept that and to have this as a gift. Sometimes not easy to handle. This is why we need a good friend, wise friends with us, to share these things. And sometimes we need a professional companion. In our system, we are trying not to call clients anymore. We call the seekers. A seeker. A seeker. And we call the therapist a companion. Isn't it nice? It's like, and it's true. It's a true thing.
Yeah.
No, two people walking together for a period of time, to be able to learn how to live life better. So how does it sound, all of this?
It's fabulous.
Hmm?
Fabulous.
Like it? Okay. Any comments, any questions?
I think it's really interesting that this isn't part of our curriculum at school, learning how to understand this thing that sits on our shoulders that plays a massive part in how we see or not see our illusions. And I love what you're doing. There's a lot of people out there bringing more awareness to how we think, and we're not just thinking here, we're thinking, we're drawing.
Yes.
There's something that happened in my life with my partner, and I used to watch this, and we had the beautiful opportunity to sail the world for many years. And we had a mono hull, which is just a single hull, and then you have a catamaran, which is two hulls. And whenever we'd go to different boats, I'd see this conflict happen with the mono hull owners and the catamaran owners,
It's a good metaphor.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
And it was like my partner loved all. He would say, when I grow up, I want a catamaran. And no matter how much he expressed his knowledge and his opinion, they would only see him as a one hull owner. And I thought, why is there a conflict when he's open to it all? And then I realised it's how we see, how we perceive, how we label, how we box ourselves.
I encourage you to write about it, because I think it's a wonderful metaphor about life. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just something I observed.
I think I'd like to have your experience
Thank
on
you, but
that.
I can see what you're saying and what you're doing. It's like, why does there have to be so much conflict when we have different opinions? Why can't we just have curiosity?
But the answer is again,
Yeah.
it's very hard to do.
Yes.
It's not hard. It's at the edge of the impossible. It's for us important to know. When somebody comes to therapy and the person says, oh, this is so hard. And I said, no, it's not hard. And they look at me and say, oh, if you're in my place. No? I said, you're in a place that's at the edge of the impossible. So it's important for us to know that.
It's the
And-
identity, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other thing is, and we talk about the book, that we are in a journey, generational journey. And some of you may be what we call a hinge. Some people are a hinge. A hinge is changing history. And I speak about that in my book. And because the inspiration for me was my grandfather. My grandfather came from a terrible Italian family, disgusting. The thing that I heard is, oh my Lord, not very pretty. But they were amazing. They decided, him and I call him El Papi and La Mami, that with his wife, decided to shift. And then my father became a doctor. They were very poor. My auntie became a physiotherapist in Argentina. And my uncle, a trumpet player, he was the first trumpet of the opera house there. They changed the history. And I call that, they call that a hinge.
Yes.
But to be in the hinge is not easy. It's a permanent work. And for us to know that where I'm coming from my parents or grandparents, I'm changing direction, I need to be very kind to myself.
Yes.
Very careful. Because the change is terrible. And the problem is that I might not see the effect of it.
No.
But my children will. So I'm not a big hinge. I have many hinges, little hinges we do. But I'm talking about the big ones, in that sense. So this is important for us to know about emotions. To be able to identify that some emotions that we have, they don't belong to me. They are cultural.
Yeah.
And I don't need them anymore. I don't need to live in fear anymore. I need to be in hate anymore. But the only thing I can do is to pause and to name it, to feel it and to name it. And after that, likely transformation will happen. There's no magic in its intention, in its time and companionship. So in that passion of me doing that, I wrote 2 books. One is this one that is available for free in our website. It's called Relationship Capital, that I did it for corporate. And the other one is Feelings Allowed. That I was motivated by this by the movie Inside Out. Did you see Inside Out?
Yeah.
When I saw Inside Out, I said, oh wow, this is fantastic. So I need to write something about that. These are not good things I usually write. I write more journal articles with peer reviews and all of this rubbish. This is more a self-help book that it's not what I read actually. But the idea of here is this, is to say people, do you know that everything we do in life, and this is science, everything we do in life is based on the emotions I have. And it's very interesting. I used to work a lot in New Zealand with Contact Energy. They used to be owned by Origin Energy in Australia. I'm working with mine engineers. Okay? They are not the most flexible people you can find. Okay? I work with ANC Bank and AMP with economists. They're also not of the wonders in the world about emotions. But when we go to the play of life and they say, this is how I live, I say, wow, everybody can connect to the feelings. So Feelings Allowed is, I'm sorry for being repetitive, if I learn how to notice and to name what I feel and what I do, is the beginning. It's the beginning. Because if I feel what I feel and I do, and I have a wonder, is this making me the best of me or not the best of me? Simple question. You don't need a PhD to ask yourself that question. The more difficult one is the way I'm behaving and feeling, does it make the other person the best of the other person or not? Remember? In between? If I can find that this is building us in the best way, good, how can I keep it doing? But very often it's not. This is draining me. It's tiring me. It's exhausting. And the message is, it's okay. If you notice, you name it, and you identify deep in your heart, this is not who I really am. It's not my true self. If you pause inside you, there is a new discovery in the brain. It's called the precuneus. Have you heard that word before? I don't know what it is, but sounds good, doesn't it? No. The precuneus. It's a part of the brain that nobody knew what it was, because when it's damaged, nothing happens. The majority of things of the brain that the discovery is that when something happens, I feel like this, I feel like that. So there is a physical or emotional change. The precuneus doesn't change. So there are 2 parts of the brain that are very important. One is the insula that tells me where I am. I'm connected, I'm standing up, I'm hungry, I need to go to the toilet. It's a very important part of the brain, but it's in a permanent sensory to look for things that may affect me. So it's a high alert, and it's very noisy. If I'm aware that what I have happened is not the best of me, I'd like to inform you there is another part of the brain that is called the precuneus, that is a whisper of the soul. Whatever you are, whatever you feel, even in the worst moment of your life, if you pause, and especially if you find somebody that can contain you, a good friend, metaphorically to put your head on to rest, and quiet. The precuneus is part of the brain that is called the compass, the compass of the soul, will whisper to you what you need to do. We have all what it takes to live well. So this is the message that I'd like to say to you. We are wired in a way to live well. I don't use the word anymore, live better. I prefer to use well, because it's different for all of us. So this is a message. I can wonder. Hard to doubt, but when I doubt, I can wonder. Wonder will open up curiosity. And when I'm able to see where I am and I pause there, I know that if I wait enough, there will be a whisper who will contain me and it will take me like this, to a better place. How does it sound?
Good.
Is that good?
Inspirational.
What do you want?
What is the word? I want clarity. What is the word pecunian?
Pecunious.
Yeah, what is that?
Precunious. It's a part of the temporal lobe of the brain that is activated only through quietness. It's our meditation, contemplation.
Yeah,
We are able to hear that
yeah.
that whisper.
I get that part, but the word, what is it?
Precunious.
Yeah, where does it come from?
Half a meter.
Precunious.
P-R-E-C-U-N-E-U-S. Precunious.
Interesting. Never heard of it.
Yep. Any other comment or question? How was it?
Right, thank you.
Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
So last week, before we started with gratitude. We finish with this. Love it. You can close your eyes or not, but stay there, relax, breathe in, and reflect. After hearing this, I feel, it's a nice statement, I feel, let's see what you feel. Comfortable, uncomfortable, happy, unhappy, interested. What do I feel? Stay with that? But don't stay just with that. Think what I'm going to do with that. So there in everything we do in life, this is what I feel, and this is what I do. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.